You say about some journalists, people in the media, their ultimate goal is to cancel America, at least in the traditional sense. What do you mean by that?
Yeah, so the perfect example of this is 1619, which I get into in a lot of detail in the book, and how really the origins of it were to reset America's history, collective memory, really about the way we think about our own country, to reset our collective memory from, we were founded in 1776 with these ideals, e pluribus unum, in God we trust, liberty, all these things, First Amendment, Second Amendment, the things that we love so much. And even, for the most of it's universal, sometimes not the Second Amendment for some people, but it is one of these things where that was the founding doctrine, or so we were told. And we were being told our whole upbringing has been some sort of a giant hoax, and that really we were founded in 1619 with the first slave colony. And it was specifically was how it was written in the original 1619 essay, to preserve the institution of slavery. We were founded specifically because we wanted to have slavery. And that's what's in our DNA, which of course makes America a much more horrible place to its core, if that's true. Of course, a lot of professors, including mainstream African-American studies professors, refuted much of 1619. But I think that's the perfect example of it's not enough just to win a debate or to get Democrats and liberals elected. A lot of the people who are in the mainstream of American media at this time are making a very concerted effort to try to reset America's founding principles away from those God-fearing, liberty-loving ideals that I grew up on into that actually we're just a racist place. And that's our core and that's our essence.
Following up on that, in your conclusion, one of the things that you say is that we can no longer hide from the left. Time is of the essence. The left cannot be appeased. They do not want compromise. They do not want to educate or reform. They want to absorb or destroy. Become one of them, or they will come for you. It's only a matter of time. Sounds pretty dire.
Yeah, I think it's dire. And I think that, again, we've got a couple of weapons, figuratively speaking, to fight back. I disavow political violence. But it's so long as we have free speech, we got a chance. But this is one of the lessons that I learned from Andrew Breitbart. And I was Andrew Breitbart's first employee. And Andrew was a fearless warrior. And he was someone who told me very early on, and I learned this through countless examples, that doing what the left wants is not going to win them over. The only ways to win them over is to be converted so that they can use you as some sort of a bludgeon against the rest of the right. And they really would like to see you crushed. And Breitbart, again, is a perfect example of this. We've constantly been called racist and all sorts of names. Well, my entertainment editor is a black man. My copy chief is a black woman. My world editor is a Latina woman. Again, my top senior editor is an Orthodox Jew. We have incredible, effortless diversity within the company. Is this ever applauded? No, of course not. Okay, so the left was mad that we had used to put up more opinion pieces that were more inflammatory and designed to provoke. We don't do that as often now. So does the left write nice pieces about how Breitbart is calmed down a little bit? No, of course not, because they're not really interested in us calming down. They want us to go away. That's the main thing, because we still have the same core political principles as we've had. We just articulate them in maybe a slightly different way, though pretty much similar. But it's never enough. They'll never give you accolades for that. And that's the message I'm trying to send to people who think that a healthy debate with the left, not liberals. Liberals are wonderful. Liberals are open-minded. I love talking to liberals. But it is people on the hard left, which I believe are running most of our newsrooms now. They're not interested in my perspective or your perspective for the most part. They're interested in absorbing us and co-opting us.